Good morning, everybody. Well, afternoon. Um, we had an amazing auction, and it's the following morning, so it. I'm spending my time sending out emails, which fries my brain. I'm not gonna lie, because I try to keep everything straight, and I want to make sure that I'm sending everybody the right information and everything. And it's like, this is not my strong suit as far as running a crafting business goes, but it is necessary, so here I am. We did not go on a walk last night, which I think is okay. You gotta take some time off sometimes, I guess, right? And I haven't eaten breakfast yet today or anything. Having coffee, that's good. That's a start. But yeah, just doing the thing. It feels good to be working. Oh, you're a good kitty. You can't handle my onions, traveler. They're too powerful for you. They really burn my eyes. I'm gonna try out these goggles to see if this helps with the onion vapors. I can feel you judging me, and I can't blame you. I'd call that a success. And I have achieved the pinnacle of fashion. Eating up the last of the cottage cheese. There was just a serving in here, but I didn't want to get another bowl dirty, so I just put the cucumbers and tomato and sunflower seeds into the Tupperware. I'm almost Callie. It's being a bum. I'm hoping to get some. And she does love cottage cheese. Lunch for me, breakfast for Randy is bacon wrapped salmon and roasted new potatoes from the garden. Which was delicious. I think the air conditioner in here is breaking. Y'all hear that noise it's making? I don't know if that's normal. So I am tidying up my work surface, and it was doing better, but it's just because I moved it all over here. But I'm implementing this set of 5 drawers, to kind of, instead of using these trays to organize, hopefully, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think it's gonna be nice. I should have gotten some before footage, honestly. So I've been working on this design until I get a blister. And Mazito has been keeping me company because he's the best little boy. He's the best little boy. He likes his little snot scratched. He likes his little butt scratched. Your neck scratched. Scratch, scratch, scratch. He does scratch scratches. So I've just finished shooting the tutorial, and now I'm over here editing it. And I just want to say, I've gone through and like checked my emails and stuff and some different messages, and y'all are so kind, and I feel on top of the world and so lucky to have so many wonderful friends in y'all. Like, thank you guys for just being you. Like, fucking A, man. Y'all are the best. Is he a chicken now? Yeah, he's a chicken now. Well, come on, Poppy. Oh, it's a nice breeze. There's some cardinals out and about. Here comes my Poppy. Okay, brace yourselves for loud noises. Probably seems silly. One got away from me. But whenever I come across some nymphs, which are the in between the egg and adult stage of squash bugs, I like to use this little handheld vacuum to swipe them up. Go ahead. Get out of bed. Get the stuff out of the way. So you can fall off. Yeah, definitely. Hey guys, so I got a big old bucket of soapy water here and a bed full of what was squash. I've only got one plant left in it, but I wanted to show you guys my strategy for dealing with squash bugs. It is very stinky, very hands-on, very sweaty work. I'm literally dripping sweat, but it's a good way to hang out with the chickens and get my daily gardening in. So I've pulled up everything out of this bed and I have my hose. And I am going to soak the ground and we are going to watch and see if any squash bugs, I've already got one creeping around over here, and I just pick them up and plunk them into the ultra soapy water, trying to get as much greenery and stuff out of the bed as possible, like fallen leaves and stuff, because they just hide under those. And especially over here underneath the squash plant is where they're going to want to kind of hide. We've got a rotten turnip in the ground. And also on this side of the bed. Now normally I don't go watering my mulch if I can help it, but it is a really good way of chasing the bugs out. And especially the harder to catch by hand nymphs. They just start coming up and I just squash them. I love my rubber gloves for this because it kind of keeps, I take cucumber beetles out too if they come up. And of course I'm doing this and none are coming up, but this is after about 30 minutes of kind of intensely hand picking squash bugs. So I'm gonna get back to it. Hey guys, what a day. It's actually been a really good day, like most days around here lately. I think mindset has a lot to do with a lot of that, but got a tutorial, shot, edited, everything. Like, I really feel like the Empress has gotten her groove back. And it is so hot outside right now. I just spent probably the last like 30 or 40 minutes messing about in the garden. We don't have any kind of irrigation system in place, so I'm having to water everything just with the hose, which is not the worst thing. It helps me to really pay like one-on-one attention on stuff, but it's like, man, we could really use a good rain. Like like everything in the garden I think would benefit tremendously from just an all day long slow soaking rain. That would just be so nice. But I'm doing my best to keep up with everything. With the way that we have the beds set up, most of the beds are a 4-foot by 8-foot bed, and the goal is to weed a bed a day. Because if I do that, then each bed gets weeded like 3 or 4 times a month. And that's even with like taking breaks off and stuff, but just trying to, break it down into bite-sized pieces that are manageable. But even that being said, I just look around me and there's stuff that needs desperate attention everywhere. But if that's not late July, I don't know what is. And all things considered, this is probably the best late July garden we have ever had. The tomatoes are really coming in now. I've got a second wave of squash plants up and coming. Cucumbers have just been being cucumbers. The flowers are all doing phenomenally. I'm really glad that I started a lot of my own flower seedlings this year, because I don't feel right spending money on flowers when I'm like, well, or I could buy something that I can eat, but for like $1, well, $2 nowadays, you can get a packet of seeds and grow a ton of flowers. And so that's what I've been doing, and I've really, really been enjoying that, because whenever flowers get out of hand, they're just more flowers. There's not, if I found a squash today that was huge, but had been left on the vine for too long, so I just missed it. And so it rotted, and so I feel like, whereas with flowers, they just do their thing. They're there, they're being flowers. I'm really looking forward to fall weather, but I know I'll miss it. Miss the heat and the flowers and the critters and just everything. But I really enjoy living somewhere that we can experience the seasons like this and get good and sick and tired of summer, and then good and sick and tired of winter. And we don't even have, for all of our northern friends and stuff, we don't even have like a proper northern winter around here. Like, we get like maybe 1 or 2 ice storms, and that's it. We don't get any snow buildup or anything like that. Hey, pretty cutie. But all things are really good. I forget his name, but I just replied to him not too long ago. One of y'all had commented talking about your 40-pound weight loss in the past year and your 7-year plan for losing weight and stuff, and that really, and you expressed that you're having difficulty keeping the motivation going, and it's like, man, you've lost 40 pounds? That's amazing. Like, I'm cheering for you 100%, man. But you had also asked about what motivates me, and I'm thinking a lot about that, because this time round, and I'm so tired of saying that, this time round, but truly though, I had like 2 years ago lost 30 pounds in about 6 months, but then kind of kept it off for like a minute, but and then I ended up gaining it all back, and then some, as you do, it seems. Oh, mosquitoes, please find somebody else to eat. And this time I'm not riding on motivation. We've been following Dave Ramsey for our finances, because we're not having to travel for conventions anymore, and our business model has changed, and we've made some pretty serious investments into our business, but that's allowed us to have a little bit of higher profit margin, so we're actually getting, a little bit of a paycheck. Like, we have some money left over at the end of the month, which is a completely new thing. after, you know, bills and groceries and business expenses. So Randy and I want to save that money as much as possible. We've looked into, we're starting Roth IRAs, and we're like, even if it's $50 a month for each of us, like, which I think is all we can really manage right now. But that we want to invest in our future. Like, I'd like to be able to retire eventually, maybe one day. What you got there, kitten? And, you know, and I'm turning 32 next month, and I feel like I'm still quite young enough to be able to really get a leg up on this. And it's like, Randy and I we've prioritized it. It's not about motivation with our finances, it's about prioritizing. And I feel very similarly about our lifestyle. We're like, dude, we are living our best life right now. Like, we are living our dream. This is amazing. Who would have ever guessed or thought that this could even happen? And so we want to be able to, you know, whenever we plan for our financial future, we also want to be able to plan for our, like, future health, our future lifestyle. Like, you know, do we want to have to go and do dialysis? You know, because I'm just thinking about whenever, you know, I was a kid, and like my dad, and like, you know, he had a stroke so early on that it was very challenging and difficult. But it's like, I feel like, you know, there's some things that are preventable and there's some things that are just unavoidable. But I feel like, you know, I've been slowly eating myself into an early grave, abusing the heck out of my blood sugar, not being nearly as active as what I'd like to be. And it's like, I want to be capable, you know? I want to be able to function when I have a need to function, you know? Like, I don't like running, but I'd like to be able to run for as much as I might need to. And so just starting off by going on these walks, it's our $50 a month. You know, equivalent, but for fitness. And it's like, I should be able to walk 3 miles a day. Like, that is now a priority. It's not a motivation thing so much as, because motivation, whenever it's not there, what's driving you? Whereas with the priorities, I'm better at sticking to things that, you know, Randy and I both actively make a priority. Now, we did not go on a walk last night, but all things in moderation, including moderation. But no, we're just, you know, we will always seek to do better, but we're not going to beat ourselves up. It was 1:30 in the morning, and we were exhausted, and so we went to bed. Also, in the sense of talking finances, we have a really strict budget for ourselves financially, and so doing our calories is kind of just our food budget. You know, our caloric daily budget. You know, you get to spend this much a day on, you know, whatever expenses and stuff, and you get to spend this much a day calories on your different meals. And so it's been a lot easier for me to stick to it in a, you know, budgeting kind of way. I budget for, you know, once a month we go out for sushi. You know, I budget for, you know, once a week or twice a week I like to have, you know, some Girl Scout cookies with my tea or coffee. You know, now granted, I give myself a serving, but it's not like I'm going without for always. It's just a matter of budgeting. So from that perspective, I'm hoping that for Randy and I, this can really be a much more long-term thing. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh no! Oh no!
What did you do to my cat?
Oh, no,
She broken.
Oh no!
She got eat her foot. Why? But it smells like dirty horses outside tonight. We're here at the Y doing, we think we're gonna try 2 miles, we think.
Yeah, we'll try.
We'll see. Hey guys, 2 miles, but we're going and picking up a pizza from Domino's on the way home.